In my previous video, I've covered one of the simplest way of using PCG for roguelike rooms generation. This week, I proceed with implementation and I put an effort into describing few important tips that I found helpful. It should be useful for anyone on a beginning of his journey with PCG. I will show you what I mean. But before, a little disclaimer. I will put a code snippets in the description so you can check it online and use it in your game if you would like to. It's all for you. Let's start. First, separate your PCG algorithms from your game domain. Sounds complicated, but it's simple. Try to use the most low-level code based on your programming language and avoid using code from your game. If you organize your codebase like this, you will be able to use the same algorithms in other games. Example: the main logic of my toolkit uses mostly the basics of Scala language, like arrays or primitives. It is later remapped to objects from my game. Taking this code to another project is relatively easy. And one important thing: don't try to make it too clean and reusable, or you will end up in refactoring your code forever. It is bad because you want to finish your game at all. Next, divide your PCG algorithms into small, reusable parts. This way, you will be able to make all your rooms from a simple blocks. Otherwise, you will end up in copy-pasting your code along with all bugs that you make there. Example: the most simple function is putting a tile, which is overloaded for various usage, which is used in putting tile randomly function, or in a drawing line function, and all of them compose into generate room function. Clean and simple. Next, use patterns. Instead of drawing a single tile, you can actually put a set of tiles that are presenting the more complex structure. Such patterns can be transformed before using, for example, with rotation. They can be also divided into sets and reused later in other rooms. Do you see the pattern in my tips? Reuse as much as you can. Stop wasting your time of writing same code again and again. Next, you can boost up your chances of generating correct layout by two methods: testing correctness and ensuring correctness. Testing correctness is something that we were doing manually in the previous video, and it is working fine. But for some cases it may be not efficient enough. PCG result can be also tested by AI, which can be hard, or by implementing simple checks. Example: we will use simple path finding function to check if player can move freely between all doors. If not, layout has to be generated again. Important thing: if for some reason you want to use it at a runtime in your game instead of a build time, remember to add a circuit breaker. Simple counter in your loop will be okay. If it fails, you can crash the game or use some default as a fallback. That's a common practice of avoiding endless loops. We don't want our CPU to be sad. But as I said before, we can also ensure correctness. This time I will just make the ways between all entrances, and looks too simple. Add some randomness, much better. Maybe some different way of doing the same thing. Maybe another one. This makes me move to the last tip in this video. Think and break conventions. Example: we don't like such blank spots like this. Let's reuse our pathfinding function, but this time we will put walls in all blank spots. Problem solved. We want our room's edges to be less regular? Try this one. You don't know how to compose your PCG functions into the nice layout? Try to implement rooms from other games. You generated a great layout, but one thing breaks it entirely? Just change it manually. Because all what do you want to do is to control the RNG chaos. Remember to have fun making this happen. If you like this video, hit these two important buttons down below. I hope that you like it enough to wishlist Tanima on Steam and maybe join official Tanima Discord. If you have an interesting idea, or maybe you want me to focus more on some specific things, feel free to use the comment section. Your feedback matters. Thank you very much and see you in the next videos.